Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard. I am your host for this pre-market session. This morning we are sorted by volume spike. We'll be watching for any of these percentages to take off. Once they take off, we will click on them and we will come over here and check the current bar volume, make sure there's enough volume to get in and get out safely. And what I mean by that is this number needs to really be flying. It needs to be moving with buyers and sellers. It's like just like this stock's being attacked. On the screen, you're seeing the master scalper set up. I've added this 34 EMA. I suggest you put it on your chart. It's a very well respected moving average for pullbacks. You can see how this stock responds right on the 34. So we'll be playing pullbacks each morning. So when a stock runs up like this, I will be marking a resistance level. Once it pulls back, I will mark a support level, and we try to plan our entries down here around support, but not before confirming that we have some green dominator bars. This is our volume indicator. We want to see the buyers coming in. Green represents buyers, red represents sellers. We want to make sure the My Blessing indicator is pointing up north if possible, and this white line is the trend. We like to see them above yellow like this. That means the stock is pretty strong in its run. It's having a lot of activity. Never trade off my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed. Delays can cost you money. I'm also not a professional licensed security broker. Make sure you reach out to the right professionals and don't take my word, my indicators, or my suggestions seriously until you have spoken to a professional financial advisor. I'll call them out the best I can this morning. It's up to you to call out your entry and your exit. I will tell you the area that I'll be trading the stock, or if I don't trade it. But it's up to you. Once it takes off, I suggest you take profits when you feel comfortable, or if you wait on a red candle, that's up to you. Not seeing too much moving this morning. GME made a couple of moves, and I believe it was PROK made a small move but pulled back shortly. So we're still waiting on activity. We have about 3 minutes to go, actually 2. And we'll be watching this column here for volume spikes. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. And I hope we get blessed this morning. I think we will. We will find out as soon as that bell rings. So each morning we watch these percentage numbers. We want to see the ones that are growing and definitely click on them if they are. This is our volume spike indicator. It's monitoring the buys and the sells. I currently have the sells turned off for pre-market. It's only the buys. About 15 seconds to go. Make sure your chart is on EXT on your active trader, or you won't get a trade in. Watching these numbers. Looks like GME is pulling back. Come on, Monday. We can have a good start. Not seeing anything moving at the current moment. So if you're new here, we don't go chasing stocks. We watch to see if the buyers come in. And once the buyers come in, it notifies us in these percentages that are moving. List is getting quite long on pre-market risers custom. HOVR. I don't know why that one didn't show up in my list. Maybe you refreshed before I did. This one's on the run up. Once this stock turns around, I will mark the resistance level and wait for the pullback. Then other buyers find it and come in and run it back up. Watch for a long tail on the bottom of this candle. A long tail represents buyers coming back in to buy up what they're selling. That's the resistance level. Looks like a wick developing on the bottom. Not a strong one though. Back up to the 151. The buyers did step in. They're going to push it up a little higher. Not looking real strong. Maybe going to come back and retest the 51 cents before moving up. We will see. Just so you know, I don't play these cheaper stocks if there's not a lot of volume behind them. This one has some fairly good volume. What I like to see is this stock to pull up, then pull back with a red candle, and I mark support level, and then it shoots up twice as much as it did the first run. That's the perfect trade. This one seems to be a little weak. Looks like it's going to push up a little bit more. Pushing up to $1.60. That would have been a 10-cent gain had you bought it down in here somewhere. So we have two entry points. If this candle would have pulled back, I would have marked a support level down here. That's one of our entries. The other entry would be if we have a long wick on a red candle developing on the bottom. That's the buyers buying it up. It's called a pullback strategy. If I can catch it on the support, if I don't catch it down here, it's the buyers pushing it back up. So you're either playing this long tail on the bottom or you're playing this support line down here when I draw it. This one doesn't have a lot of buyer interest in it. Continuing to watch these numbers, even though we're watching this stock to see what it's going to do. We don't want to miss the next one either. I'm seeing CLDI here pushing up a little. I'm going to switch over to it. Not enough volume on that one. going to kill the alert on that indicator. I think I can alert you well enough without having that annoying noise. All right, got that taken care of. Good job, Rain. Rain, you must have slipped in there like a thief in the night. Money tree, if it's just a slow move up, it's not going to throw an arrow. Everything has to be lined up as well. All of the indicators have to be lined up to get that arrow. You are welcome. If all of the indicators aren't in sync, it's not going to throw the arrow. Amadeus, if we're lucky, they'll pop up here in this pre-market list. We're not just playing penny stocks, we're playing any price stock. It's just that the bigger ones don't move in the early pre-market unless they have extraordinary news. But I like the higher price stocks also. You are on the right track though. You get up in the $10 and $15 range and you don't usually have these big pullbacks like these cheaper stocks do. It's because they got to put a lot more money into them and they're not there just to pump the bigger price stocks. Watching these percentages for changes, they're all of a sudden starting to disappear. nature, you can go back to the pre-market scan, the pre-market risers, not the custom one. Well, you can try the custom one as well, but you can try these two scans. Also have an after hour scan. They all seem to be pulling different results, so you're going to have to take your pick between the three. So any of the pre-market scans plus the after hour scan. Hard to write a script for after hours when most of the time nothing's moving. Dimka, if you are a premium member, yes, there's links to these scanners. You can get this scanner for free if you're not a premium member. Just look over for free indicators in Discord on the left. If you haven't joined our Discord, hit that label above the chat box up there, the white and yellow one, sign up for free, and you'll get the V4 indicator, which we use occasionally, which is a very good indicator, and you'll get this scan here. HOVR pushing back up. You can notice it came right down to that 34. Now it's going back. Through my years of trading, this has been the most respected moving average that I have come across. It's like almost every stock respects the 34 EMA. So if you don't have it on your chart, I suggest you check it out. And you can validate what I just said. My favorite on everything up here on this screen is this little indicator right here. This is my favorite. But everything up here works. Everything has its own job to do. But it all starts right here. That's funny, Mr. Telly. But they should be doing that. Good job, Terry. So my word of advice is don't buy anything that's below the 34 until it breaks through the 34. And don't short anything that's above the 34 until it breaks below the 34. Remember those words of wisdom. Buy above, sell below. It's the EMA. And that new scan that I put out over the weekend, it's not going to post any stocks unless they are above the 34. HOVR still pushing to the upside. Two investors took advantage of that. Terry and Rain, both of them are in profit. T, I don't remember which number it is. And I'm currently watching this stock. I'll look in a few minutes. So that scan is available only to the purchasers of the Master Scalper set. Good job, Greg B. So last week I told you I updated the relative volume scan. That's accessible to everybody if you are a premium member, and it's working fine. It has both of these stocks that were moving this morning on it. Good job, Matlock. So we are down to the 34 again. Let's see if it goes up. If it goes below it, it's going to continue to fall. Watching for these volume spikes. Disney. I haven't played Disney in forever. The symbol was DNY, DSY. That's not Disney. That is Big Tree Cloud something. We are above the 34. Let's see if the volume will come in, or I'll see if we get a pullback. We were below the 34. You see how the price reacted to the 34 all the way down. They are not RK. Some of those in your list are, though. Everything, I believe, except for the BHS, which is the buy, hold, and sell. And you may not can get the RG pullback either. I think that comes with this master scalper indicator. Pulling back to the 34. So far, pretty quiet morning this morning. Just two movers so far. Good job, Rain. Good morning, Jimmy. I think GME is going to make some moves today. It's showing a lot of activity in pre-market. It's not crazy, Rain. It's knowledge. It's all about knowing where the buyers and sellers are. Once you figure that out, follow their lead. Right now, you're only concentrating on this indicator. It's all you need for pre-market. Look for the smallest moves. Catch them as soon as you can. Above the 34. See, on this indicator here, this works when the market is in a regular session and you reach up here and you sort it by the highest percentage. So these are falling, these are rising. So when you go by the highest percentage, these will all turn green, and you just run through them and see if you can get a play on them. They're all pushing up when they're in their 90s. Helps find the movers when the market's slow. That was the reason for writing it. So this is overall volume. This is the entire volume for the regular session. Once it starts, it's going to let you know if there's more buyers or more sellers in the total volume. But this is too much coding for pre-market. They don't let me run a lot of scripts in pre-market. I was lucky to get this one going. They blocked it out one time. I got it working again. It's watching the buyers. It's watching the volume for buyers. So if they're buying a stock, it's going to move up a small percentage at a time. If a lot of people are buying it, it'll work its way up here to the top. Shane, it's dependable all the time. Good morning, happy trader. Think you can find the VSC. Look for current setup on the left. It should be right in there. You got that right, Nick. It's a very low volume morning. It's Monday. But if they're going to move, we'll find them. Happy trader, probably not till election day. Then we'll probably see a rally like you've never seen before. Good morning, Milo. So we will milk the market until that day comes. We're not suffering yet. We're still finding the winners. So we're battling a pretty tough market, but we're still finding winners. Now, after the regular session starts and all of the auto trading kicks in, it's a lot tougher. My advice is to try to make your money in pre market. Thank you, Milo. Rain, I think everybody's going to be so happy that the administration changed. It ain't going to, nothing's going to slow it down. We should have a couple of weeks of rallying. Yeah, it's yet to be seen, but that's what I'm anticipating anyway. That's correct, Nature Therapy Films. It's our most used indicator. That's why it's on premium side. Mark, hit the gear icon bottom left and then audio and video, and make sure your speakers and your mic are selected. Gear icon bottom left, video and audio, make sure your speakers and mic are selected. Volume spike indicator is what it's called. Looks like this DSY is over and done. RR shooting up. It's only paying pennies. Could pay nickels and dimes if the buyers come in. I'll go ahead and mark that resistance level. Well, I said I will. I don't have the indicator on. Let's see. Right here. That would be resistance. I will mark support if it don't sell off as a pump and dump. Once this candle closes, I will mark support. This is where you want to plan your entry. Let's see if it runs up. I'm having trouble with Schwab on my end. If I miss that, it ain't me. One of my screens is acting up. Need to watch for these bars to come in green. Don't just jump in on that support. Need tall green bars. Pulling on down. False alarm. Probably going down to the 34. Long tail on the bottom. The buyers could come in from here. I'm watching for tall dominator bars for the push upwards. This indicator does not look good. It's pointing south. Yes, sir, it is, nature. HOVR moving again. HOVR trying to push up. Still above the 34. Keeps pulling below it though, so be careful. Pushing on up. Pennies add up if you can buy a few thousand shares. If we break $1.57, it may run up another dime. Good job, Philly. So if you're on YouTube and you like what you see, hit the like button for me. Let's help keep the ratings up so I can keep these live streams going for the 1 hour for free on YouTube. Pay it forward like I'm doing and give me a like there, please. Every little bit helps. YouTube don't pay me much, but it's enough to keep the lives going if we can keep the ratings up. This YouTube live stream is free for 1 hour each morning from 5:55 to 6:55, so we're running out of time already. This first hour flew by. We did have 2 plays this morning. A little difficult to play them unless you were watching them closely. But I hope a couple of you made a few bucks on them. And we'll be back tomorrow as soon as the time runs out. And I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me every morning. Come here and have coffee with us, make a few dollars, and continue trading. You are welcome, Hurricane. You are welcome, Fumagoo. RR. So back to that RVOL scan that I told you was working. Here's your high relative volume stocks for this morning: GME, HOVR, and RR. Very important for pre-market to monitor that scan. RR below the 34. You are welcome, Dimka and Nature. All right, YouTubers, thanks again for watching. I will see you tomorrow morning at 5:55. And if you haven't hit the like button, let's do so. Let's keep the ratings up, keep the streams going. Hopefully, I'll get you to the point where you can come and join us over on the premium side. We do real trading here, no fluff. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and God bless. See you later.